Hello again, everybody. This is Sober Ninja bringing another StarCraft 2 cast between Delphi, the red Zerg, and aTnSocke, the yellow Protoss. This is going to be on Xel'Naga Caverns. This is the ace match between these two players. This is from a recent tournament. I cannot remember what tournament it is exactly from, and I love that. It's such a sick animation. Anyways, yeah, this is going to be the ace match. If you didn't watch the other games, go back and watch them. They were really good. From both players, obviously, it's best of 3, so they each won one of them. Delphi being able to hold off a 4-gate. Oh, man, what was that? Delphi was holding off a 4-gate in that first game, and in the second game, aTnSocke taking that 3-gate expansion and pushing with 5 gateways and being successful with a lot of sentries, doing horrendous amounts of economic damage in that to that expansion in the beginning of that game. So, bringing you this other game right now. I don't know how many more games I don't know how many games I'm gonna be able to get up today. We'll see how my internet is feeling, and yeah, but I'm going to cast a whole bunch. I just did these 3 in a row because I don't like going to classes. Well, I do. I didn't want to go to classes today, and I'm sticking with that. But I will go on Thursday. So I am a good student sometimes, for the most part. So it looks like bring up the production tab. Everything looks exactly the same from the first 2 games. Delphi being very comfortable with getting that spawning pool first, getting the quick gas, well, not insanely quick gas, but getting that gas so he can get that early speed for his Zerglings to get map control and that kind of thing. Just gateway, second pylon. I mean, you can't really go anywhere out of the ordinary with the Protoss unless you do the 2 gateways first and the Cybernetics core and that kind of stuff. But looks like the Cybernetics core is going to get thrown down now, and a little bit of, oh man, fighting going on. I am tired. This drone is about to be tired too, taking out a pylon all by himself. That would take about 3 hours. It looks like aTnSocke threw down that gas, and I think that Delphi was thinking about stealing it. And there he goes back to clawing away, like at that pylon. That's going to take such a long time. This probe is going to get chased out, and the expansion, my guess, is going to go up for Delphi, just like in the previous 2 games. Has a very standard playstyle for himself, getting out spawning pool and the extractor, getting that quick speed, getting the 4-lings out, and as the 4-lings come out, expanding, so he won't have any problems with a probe getting in his way and laying down pylons or anything like that. So same setup too, same pylon placement, everything on all 3 of these maps. We do have a Stargate now, which we haven't seen a tech structure this early in a game from aTnSocke the entire time, but it looks like this is going to get spotted. Not good for aTnSocke. This is completely spotted right now, and these Zerglings are just trying to beat away at this gateway, and you can see this gateway as well. So we do go if we do go back, I wonder if aTnSocke's going to cancel this. I don't imagine he's going to if he hasn't already. Getting a second gateway still, which was spotted as well, and we will just have to see how Delphi is going to react to that Stargate. If he's going to get spore crawlers or just pump out a few extra queens, and he does have another queen right now coming out, but he only has 1, and the expansion is almost up. There it is. Oh wait, no, that's his 3rd queen actually coming out. See if he makes another one down here. He doesn't have any minerals at this point. We do have a Void Ray coming out, and it is rallied all the way over here, and Warp Gate technology is finished, and I don't know if aTnSocke is going to push or expand. The supply count, as you can see, is an advantage for Delphi by 1 supply at this point. And I'm yawning again. I'm sorry. StarCraft doesn't bore me, but waking up and going to school does, especially after I had spring break, even though I didn't have much of a break because I worked the entire time. Anyways, looks like Delphi doesn't care about any of that kind of air nonsense, and he's just going to go for a Roach Warren. which is pretty awesome. Just getting that extra queen to protect against any sort of Phoenix or Void Ray. And it looks like only one Void Ray is out still. It is heading down right now. And it looks like a Phoenix as well, which this is not hallucinated, by the way. But it will not be able to do much. Those two queens were in perfect position, taking out almost all the shields for that Void Ray. And we do have a Spore Crawler now going down in the front of the expansion, and none in the main, actually. So the main is slightly more vulnerable, but not too much. Since there is one queen, it will be able to hold it off till a second one can get there and even transfuse it. So it looks like they are going to get pushed back. One Zergling running across, and he does not get away. The Phoenix just scouting around, having all the map control and fun he wants to, since he is in a very fast-flying machine made out of what Husky calls balsa wood and some sort of paper. Which I do completely agree with. They are very, very non-robust units, if that makes any sense. And it looks like he's going to take a little bit of damage there. A Spore Crawler getting off a few shots too, and he could lose this. Oh, one more shot from that Spore Crawler would have taken that Phoenix out. Not a very good play there from aTnSocke, taking unnecessary damage to that Phoenix. And he is no longer producing off the Stargate and opted to get this robotics to get an observer and most likely immortal, since he did scout over the base. He did see that Roach Warren, and the layer is actually coming up now. I'm going to yawn again. Oh, man. Oh, whew. I need to get more sleep. I was up real late doing homework, and then my class got canceled, and I was like, oh, that's cool. This wasn't due yet. But I do love this creep spread right now. 3 creep tumors. This creep is going to be spreading across the map very rapidly, and opting to take down these destructible rocks to, in my opinion, secure his third. He could be doing it just for funsies. We do have the double gases going down now for aTnSocke, and we do have this forge slight, I wouldn't say wall in, but this is a choke. But I mean, that's not a choke, and if it was considered a choke, it is probably the most gaping choke I've ever seen in my entire life. So we do have a robotics bay coming down, and this is actually very good for aTnSocke, because at the same time the Hydralisk Den is about halfway done. So Delphi is kind of taking a shot in the dark here, thinking that there are going to be Void Rays and Phoenix, but I don't think that he does know. No, he does not see that there is a robotics up, so he is going to have to deal with that. And there is no view right now of a Hydralisk Den as well for aTnSocke. Still just using this Phoenix and Void Ray for a little bit of map control, kind of escorting that observer across the map. Phoenix is going to spot this hatchery, and there still are only roaches right now. The Hydralisk Den is completed, I believe. Oh yeah, it's hidden. There it is. It is done. Good. I couldn't even find that. You're smart, Delphi. You're hiding your buildings with overlords. I mean, now I can see it because I'm looking for it. But the Hydras are coming out. The range upgrade is almost completed. Roaches are being upgraded as well. Just finishing for them right there. And the one Hydralisk saying, I'm a boss. I'm going to defend this entire expansion by myself. And it looks like we have 2 more gateways getting thrown down. And it looks like aTnSocke is going to be expanding for himself, seeing that that is all that Delphi is doing. Extended Thermal Lance is out. First Colossus popping, and I don't know. aTnSocke might push. He may wait for this 1-1, and if he pushes out right now, this one ground attack upgrade will most likely be finishing right when he does get there. So taking out those rocks, most likely going to expand as well. Any good player will tell you need to expand when you attack. And actually, aTnSocke's not going to attack. All he's attacking is rocks. So I look like an idiot. But there's a second Colossus coming out, but the Spire is now halfway done. And this is a perfect window for aTnSocke to attack before that Spire comes out, because if there are Corruptors when he gets there, this could be devastating to the Colossus. And the Colossus have now been spotted. One Hydra going down there, a second one going down as well. And I mean, when this Spire pops, there are going to be a lot of Corruptors, would be my guess. Looks like 2 more gateways getting thrown down and kind of a partial low ground wall off for aTnSocke. A lot of roaches here, though. A lot of roaches. Which roaches are, well, I mean, Colossus are good against. Well, this is a complete wall off with gateways. Don't think I've ever seen anything like this on the low ground too, nonetheless, with photon cannons behind it. aTnSocke really wants this expansion. But what I was saying is that Colossus are good against roaches. Not the best, since they are armored and have quite a bit of health. But it looks like this is going to be spotted. This gateway could get sniped. There really are no units here except for one zealot, which just got two-shotted. And I don't think got a single hit off there. No, it doesn't look like it. And where are the corruptors? No corruptors. We do have tunneling claws, actually. So sticking to go with, or opting to stick with roaches, there are now 3 corruptors. And that observer getting shot at a couple times again. This sucks. I'm getting out of here. So 4 corruptors with little fly tentacle things. I have no idea how these things stay in the air. It makes absolutely no sense, but they do anyways. And it looks like he is going to be pushing right now. This observer is spotting this, though. The tunneling claws will finish by the time that Delphi does get there. Guardian Shield going up, going to push this back, getting a few free shots off on these corruptors, but then they do have so much health it really doesn't matter. 3 cannons now behind. There are so many gateways right now. I don't even want to count. There's 4, 5, 6, 7. No, there's only 7? Maybe 8. I think there's 7, though. Looks like Blink is on the way as well as level 2 weapons. And this creep is getting dangerously close to the expansion. And Delphi's saying, alright, I'm going to expand again. Here and here. So, oh, and here. So Delphi is just taking every single other expansion on the map besides the high yield. And it looks like there's going to be an engagement here. These corruptors are going to do massive amounts of damage. But it looks like the tunneling claws are done. I'm waiting to see if he's going to burrow. But there is an observer in here, I do believe. Looks like these colossus are going down so fast. There were 4 or 5. Now there's only 2 left. Having to run away, but all those corruptors did get taken out. So I think aTnSocke did come out on top there. If we check out the units lost, aTnSocke definitely came out on top there with 2,000 mineral advantage. But there is a counterattack right now over here, taking out some of these production facilities, trapping one roach who is just kind of tweaking out, having no idea what's going on and why this invisible kind of strange see-through thing is all up in his grill. So fighting back this creep. This expansion is going to finish, I think, as well as this one. And aTnSocke needs to find these. Looks like he is going to run these zealots up here and see these. There are so many roaches in here. Not even that many hiders anymore. And these roaches, yeah, I had to blink out of there for sure. There are no immortals, though. And, oh, man, a little bit of a misclick there for those force fields. They're spread out a little bit more. That could have been very devastating. Looks like the corruptors are going to come in and be able to snipe these 2 colossus, I think. Lots of force fields going down, only blocking a couple of units out here, though. First colossus goes down. Second colossus is going to go down very soon. It does have 6 kills, up to 8 before it does get sniped, doing a lot of damage. And it looks like aTnSocke is going to be able to push that back. And an immortal coming in, blinking aggressively to take out more of those corruptors. And now marching into the gold. The resources have evened out a little bit from last battle, but still a huge disadvantage for Delphi right now. And Fester's even coming out. Oh, he might be using the new fungal growth. That would be sick. I have not seen the new fungal growth on armored units, but they did get a huge buff against armored units. So they are actually applicable in many situations. But it looks like aTnSocke is going to get pushed back here. He has no more reinforcing units, it looks like. There are 2 colossus back at the base, though. If he can snipe out these corruptors, he will be fine. Warping in more zealots. They do have their legs. So blink stalkers, charge lots, and sniping out those corruptors. I think aTnSocke will be able to hold this just fine. Yeah, blinking back there. And there are 2/2 upgrades right now for the roaches, and only 2 attack for aTnSocke right now. But that 2 attack for these colossus is doing massive amounts of damage. Trying to snipe out a colossus there, and it is going to get out of there while Delphi is getting pushed back. Once again, Delphi does have the advantage in expansions, though, because this one is up. Actually, it's not mining, so I would say they're even still, seeing as how it's not mining at all. It looks like aTnSocke is throwing up a Templar Archives and 2 more gateways, and he does need to expand soon. Yeah, so he is going to be opting to take that high yield and engaging this directly. There are a lot of Zerglings trying to focus down that injured colossus. It is going to get taken out, blinking out of there. And that is just too big of a force. It looks like he could lose that second colossus. It is going to go down, and that third one does need to survive if he has any chance of winning this game. Another colossus at the main Going to be able to reinforce this one force field, not being able to do much except for make it a little bit harder for them to get there. That other Colossus does get sniped, and Socke is definitely on the back foot here, trying to snipe this last Colossus, and it might almost, oh man, that was so close to going down. Getting pushed out. This Colossus only has 6 kills, well, only. It has 6 kills. Charge coming online once again, being able to push this back, but there are more reinforcing roaches, and I think Socke is in a huge trouble right now. That last Colossus did get sniped, trying to Chrono Boost out this Psy Storm. One more Colossus coming out, I think, is going to save him and push this back just a minute longer, and I don't know, this resource is lost. He is still ahead, but he does not have the production. I think he has 1,000 minerals and no gas. He needed that expansion. It looks like this Colossus is going to survive, and Delphi is going to fall back, regroup, and wait for his next assault. But he has been denying this expansion. There's still quite a few roaches. 2 upgrades now. If we look at the production, there's a couple more corruptors coming out, plus 3 weapons on the way, as well as more Colossus. Psystorm is almost done. I don't know how effective Psystorm is going to be, though, because it's only roaches at this point. He's going almost mass roach right now, and there's barely any stalkers here. Going to snipe out this Colossus, it looks like, and he is, no, he does get it at the last second, and these, oh man, those High Templars just die without doing anything. One of them morphing into an Archon, 2 of them morphing into the Archon, and I think this might be over for Socke, only being able to get in a couple stalkers, and there are so many roaches right now. This is pretty much over. And there is the GG. Socke getting knocked out by Delphi. Great play by Delphi. Mass expanding there at the very end, and doing lots of damage and switching almost mainly to roach, and barely. I don't think he even used his hunting claws. He might have used it once in that game. But good reactionary play from him in the beginning with those Stargates seeing the extra queen, forcing Socke to transition into robotics, getting it later than he should have, and once the robotics was up, having those corruptors in time and getting roaches with those 2 upgrades. That 2 armor definitely had a huge part to play in how well these roaches were doing against those stalkers. Good play by both players. Delphi definitely did very well in that game. So if you guys did enjoy this, please be sure to subscribe. I'm going to start saying that at the beginning of my videos, because I don't think anyone watches them this far since I only have 40 subscribers. Anyways, if I was a blow to my ego, but whatever. I like making fun of myself. So if you guys did like this, please subscribe once again. And thanks for joining me. I hope you guys did enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys at the next cast.